school kwala uniform ya.
Aye.
You bet to me the your technical and vocational schools. Say bia Cape Coast Technical University. Near Momonta, yes, Mompam 1,000. Near Accra Technical University. Yamu Munsu be some Mompam 2,000. I don't know friend presidential special initiatives. No, what for me, Crame can say? First, no, and they are this year, no, Oma Seno. On first, and near life skills. And that's a girls' guide, and that's a boy scout. Who's a scout for the girls' guide, you know, near Chile almost survival skills. So it will be a called girls' guide to be an answer or called scout to be an Umfanuko Rabbe be a man and in connections what kind of mammy and papa survival. Yakrani life skills. Life skills, you know. Now, yeah, Abrabomu dear, and near me bet to me abuana technical skills. Technical skills, you know. Now, you draw tenant so. Has saw break and tissel. Technical drawing, quite no more. Bems almost child labor. Child labor. And that technical drawing no of a near to me draw a dime. Front elevation and back elevation and a dino plan of front view. Here I am a comment Uber no one who dies and a near tray a vocational skills. And no, now yeah, means. Nasa vocational skills, you know. Where the mini pebins and Muna, where the enemy pum prince pleats. Pleats, you know. Let's meet young Quadanoa. Say, not one me. Say, Aquadaco technical and vocational training. Yeah. Oh, vocational na. Sabi, only me one and the son would you may be a bet to me who would be an no. But me would be an no, yes, sir. And no, or bet to me the abonebra. Obet me the abonebra. Cosqua, yes, ya, entina, de bia yan mania bre technical education. Technical education, no. The nipa no come Obesua ye frɛ bibi TNJ no ayo omo a womu yasa enne wo so fa TNJ no aba no ye bo TNJ wodam styles bebraba and the window kura designs ya womu design no sisi atogofo no kura na aba beje sanium offer ansa no be design windows be 40 no ebi di 200 baako ebi di 300 ai ansa na dan no ankasa ne corners no omusa ye shape bi wo ho kama sa ni pensika wonya no etanwa wote bank na bank etanwa wote bank skill ben wonya na wonya because na bank won skill ben yenya bank of anti hwese se ni pa no for bank ba Ghana madam Roma ni akofa Honda Civic bi dem adwuma wo didi nkwada ya ne se ye pa nkwada ya mo makopempam tare eteta ye ho na wote Honda ne to na omko wura nkrofo fie kwaji sika de abeto bank ho eti awrade nyankopon fa me brai ekransie eti anya se yesoma nkwala mo ba otu wetam no de sika na kotoa bosome na bank fofra san soma me aba na wasa tuo no so tam no yi sika na fiwe ne de kwasa mo bank dan kete mo mansua bibia e de mo tena ka mo tamtuo no skill sinim ya skill bi anim bibi papa bi anim ene nkrofo ma ne yase wo mo ene kamia ya se de bia obinya ska kakrape okosidan na se enka mesi na dwuman onsi yesua bi wo school okwa technical school yesua mesi building technology BNT omo yesua BNT building technology no te enka obewie school beba no ene contractor de dan ba ko na wo sia sika bebre by day kura hwe school mote message or the aba what's say ADAKABRI. My brother, since the year 2010 I've commanded my household to always go for asuchari rice, which is the local one. A friend came to me, and when he saw me washing to boil my rice, he asked derogatorily, which rice? I said asuchari. ADAKABRI, he told me ignorantly that I will eat alone. I said, the fewer the merrier. The following day, I just engaged him in a simple experiment. We cooked foreign rice, and my local companion left them for 3 days. He realized that just after a day, the foreign rice became rancid and watery. The conclusion, your guess is as good as mine.
kwashi e wo so menya e no de we ba so said dear yesi abrochire mu na ehwam no just hot for one day just hot for one day wo ba na tinsuo
ofa wo de wo noa ade ate wo de just wo ma ade ante ade ate so kakra no panenka ne se na ma no mo be say 8 9 10 eno ano ne na bon
sir
and ya wo binum wo hokra wo say ya wo binum wo ho a excuse me to say wa hemfuti ne ebibidi ebididi ati ya nenim de enkura ase ne yetena ye nti ya mo no edi 1 week kura betumi edi but obi wo ho no mo a ofanya se bi a sorry to say oya ahia anase wanya no ho ama na busudo obi wo ho a ono amo na ade so a onni obi wo ho a onni oba hu se ebon
sir
ya obi wo ho a ono amo na ade so a
na ye kan kanzo a woni mare kro
emu ase
na kanzo no nsa ade cheso na ede
enkanka
anwamu
se edepend
enchenchen no
wallahi na say ya Ghana mu ibia and they fine but akwaya abrofo ni mu ni bi na se wan kan ne sia ade beti no kanzo no abebu wanum wo ba say ebon te se
wuti no ma mienu a nika the next day kanzo
yeah
ana akume
yeah
akume woni ma de kro
of no yeah
eno so no banku ni chese banku na ase na ahye no eteta musa wo wi graw enti eno so fen akume
anu kra ni ya ne mponche na prem
sije na
ni ya ne mponche na prem wow enti ofu adawo
na ya beti aye say yo nsem hunu
aye no wan say sa time no wo say ya setna pa ni yatim of a dan ya dem no menim sa won unim akurase dan a na esuru sei no a eye from roofing and the bepem bricks no na sa atakwa me no na bibia ni wonti ekwan da ho no mu ho ya entuntum a wawiase nyina tumi fa of a ya dem kura petu aba hoda
de say one wo won da
petuo
woni wo won da
petuo mpo ne brofo de home friends say oh well
like you make
well wafa WL mom ye deceive me ache wo mu see ye well
Orwellian a script
well intermediate minim da say well sa ne ye friend e kura ba ye dem ofa hwe wo kwose nsuo wo ankora mu a uta muwa no eto ase pa na muwa no abo mu ho ano gunchai na wa tamu baby a muwa ni no wa sa
muwa no mo na hunu nso no kwa na ye
ofa yemi aye ho ya technical
made in Ghana
ya ma ye ninko
made in Ghana
na ya ni ya nyiri ye ho se ye betumi aboaboa ye ho sa adan ya ye kofa enkofo wa abrochire bo mu pa mu besi Ghana fo betumi asi eba no roofina keke pepra no wo ho omu advance kwanim pa ene omu de nade nyina abodan so Ghana fo betumi aye ena afa yes se ye manu a wo mu ko school no a ye buo ma bem wa technical school no so ye nyae it's a technical school is one of the best ya so we be yes
we say merci dan na window no ye de ma me no me instead me use louver blades no makwa kofa single glazed window and na yes so ko one side na one side pe na ekwa bitimi ada ho and masa tutumu and makwa kope air conditioners and na air boom sa and na air boom sa na we increase energy cost and we assemble crane what's up here 050 600 0909 050 600 0909 na nyina ye ni Ghana rice ye ni Ghana rice ni ye nsua dua mo ni bi na anu kwabna man kan cho se koko ya di koko aba edi free bu amaduma se wona abedu nkran ama koko no eso nkran eso so no ukoko nguma mu a se yetimi nua koko wankran eso so no aso ewo honom a ubetimi yakọ panta haya akwa akoto isade no krefense ball anase wonum no eno ni buade kwabna
Over a bese.
Hey, your friends say obetua be say 100 cedis for one bag of it. I would be manure no.
Acquires a fertilizer.
Fertilizer no. Was
Na
near to
no
ball
body and saying a zoom line of papa no crampo. Dan de mua or by fertilizer.
Obey fertilizer. Why you
Why every one? I would just
It would just so.
It will call the same.
And it didn't just a machine the mouth. Who call a friend saying, testing a great hormone. Your friend a testing fertilizer. Baby, I need to boil and go and a hormone your teaching fertilizer. To go testing fertilizer, Ubenya Biato honum, Nidino Emma, Nidinima, a green and white bisa. Nidino Emma, no. Oh, come on, Edinima, Ebeba.
Yet, of Yamia, when I am more boy.
Yamwa, who never do that. Obi Becas and Sukra on supply be.
And of I would say, ya were this way chocolate drink.
Aye.
Ya, a ya gun ni.
Aye.
And what the cocoa.
Aye.
Yania ya cocoa, ya, the quabra chile, woman, every ania sandy, a quantum hobosia.
Ya cocoa, the cabruche. Ya cocoa, no coyano. And now Obi I am. I'm na ya powder. Na this way, a ton of foods. Akwa akoto cocoa powder no efra brochire no asan betua duty ayi diaba no diaba be ye chocolate chocolate drink amaye ne yakwa akoto ayi atona foods chocolate this way kokumase kokohwe ahomache no nan kadako no nan kra wunya bi nto
dabi
enti dienti ene ye ne afidi a esakire mu ama yetimi atona foods etimi ato powder no ewa Ghana hasei
ofenti yentumi nya obi a obesisa sa machines ne bi wa ha
said one chilo said a skills no on chilo efidi said is here no there be an adkasa articulate adoso Ghana nyina no on pese train na de beba Ghana ha who train ba Africa na articulate na obi anto inti articulate na ne nan ye maako be say 36 na ties gu ase no unhunu bi wo omo Europe wo unhunu bi omo North America ho inti omo no ye articulate no a no omo de abre yen na chese omo discourage ye say me nye train because we ye train articulate and nekoko si highway so ko hwe articulate good highway so articulate
go baby a ne kokora ya me ya akra tukumase dabi
say articulate good kwan no so articulate chese omutimi salam akomaako edu
na we be da kura you
overtake single carriageway ekwan no so ye no so no munkonko busa engineer Collins Donkonom ubekombe no o setimi fa car up to be 30 tons. As when they were 63 tons articulate our Ghana. 63 tons. As so kwana ya DSC kana ya na nebo no. Ya design for 30 tons. As near the 63 tons. And I'm so
say kwan.
Now was said no mako more than 11 meters. Now yes so 11 feet. Yes so no baby ya overhead biano. Ya say and say more than 5 meters. Now I say it will do 5 meters one no magina no mabe no mani bi na ye de aguo na to create na twam could we be so callous me asa say da will be a me hono no mu de sunsum no ne de sunsum enti overhead ni bebre no hang woko o mu de sunsum na de sunsum oduru di kuro mu a opake ye boda na no ano asase kakraka da ho ne yi no mani nyina ne asa hyehyɛ ama 11 feet no afede ye de abasa 7 feet
wadi wura ni kuro mu no
nanu fiada nwumre between 4:30 p.m. from Peace FM hasei edru your friend is saying 2 hours 45 minutes and then wudru Ensaom Junction 2 hours 45 minutes enu 20 miles so adien na ama tekro traffic aba highway for the azu wait agekwan ne ba ko at Ensaom Junction ho and you spend 2 hours 45 minutes from Peace FM Junction hasei to Ensaom Junction because of azu wait it must catch them say highways for engineer Collins Donko muntimi esri entias asini bia that tractor for nchen ho ama to create an ho
offer supervision
2 hours 45 minutes next as a pay and will be free Peace FM what doing some junction ho
supervision
na highways for just say emra ewo ma fantino eno ani say omujeja o ba so so a wonya duru hanu ma prosive for so abegina dobro ufri prosive for no ma no na no so no timatima for no from say forestry for no so say obiasi kwa keke highways so obiasi kwa keke na dia bufuo no so ye mudi traffic ni mu no na nkrofo na president say mo munyu so saasare no
anona a president driver ba ko na o ka say eye ne yapa say ade a president kan ho asem no em say nkrofo edaso a abuse enti o say eye ne yapa na ono ankasa o kɔ ne kurom wo Mfante enti odi traffic mu no en wo hu se asem no a president ka ho asem no wo mu abuse no obi a ye de opɛ ono a wonfa nya adwuma bibia amfa obi a ho sarin esiso people of no na Medina ho police ni a wogina ho ye na adwuma mrantie bi kwesiefunu wo mu du ho no mo a wo mu se people wo mu na ekọ
efiada bia de ekoso nkra ha se no
o sini ni sa da bi wa no wo mu atisi fu
so efiada bia
ofa
efiada bia
wo mu bu posi ni no bo ya was a uniform
the crown na represent the state
just say me hu
etinya president na obu no obu the state. And when the police are overrun, the state is also overrun.
Yeah. Hey! Ofania police ni a was uniform senator. Na ya bunu aka no uniform na obi de ne nan e de atia na nanim. Na police ni no and so sad. Ucha wo ye police ni.
Say ye kwa kosie wo bi nti.
Yeah. Wo ye police ni pani na wa sori na wa fa ne che. Wu say na wira ho no ho.
There's some discipline no.
Wo ma bunu. Onya obi ase without any provocation.
Without any ni nyina ne say efiada bia de ye no no.
Ofa yi Nana Adodanko Akufo-Addo ni aid ba ko Newton Ofe.
Wono wonye presidential driver.
Yeah, aid. Yeah, ni aid.
Me am friend ni nkomo.
Adura kwabra. O say I had no pass say. Adia president ya kan ho asem ka say convoy ebia say ya ambulance fire service ena omu betumi use sarin no we de atiesim obia people na de ya yakura ne say of a bra convoy na ekono ubanza private cars no na we nsu atiesim no de etire no we atiesim no de etire no we atiesim no emu nyira de etire na wo mu kɔ wa bra wo mu sukura na da no ka so ho no sojafo no ediscipline bi memani je say sojafo ka no betemu apɛ na private car ni didim omudu budumura mu apɛ na sojafo no begina ho and wo mu stop cars no a edi convoy na ti nyina konten yeah abuse sarin
babra ma ye ni eye owura Newton Ofe entwetwa beku Newton Ofe entwetwa nkomo kaka se ede ne car no nti a otimi nya that courage betwero se abra president esme enye sa de no especially on the highway from Accra to Winneba. Yes, I did. No, owura beku Newton Ofe ye mo ha.
ADAKABRI.
Right. Na ohumpo etesen awie yi. Nyamina do mi so bi hu ye. Wante safe no aka so we Mfantini.
Only answer me there. Only answer me.
Yes, as in ACE investigative
punching his way to fail. Oh, baby, I'm somebody. Oh, you poor baby, call. You poor baby, call. Oh, you poor baby, call. You poor baby, call. You poor for the crazy.
Right. Friday evening, and 4:30 p.m. and Jane and Nisha see free a year despite media ship house ha 2 hours 45 minutes na fe na Ensaom Junction eye dobru ho yetimi aduru ho na traffic ni bom the only visible reason about ya na say na highways if one say na omode omagye kwan ne baako e de eye omade epense azu testing na ho na Land Cruisers awodo frequent omudi wura nchenchen pam nkrofo free kwan no afede de me nkoto won ma na dwo afede me hu se wo so watwero a very beautiful piece on the highway Accra, Winneba, Ankamu Junction, Mankasim, Uja to Takrade. Adiana can wa cross Adiano.
And I can remember that me chair would say if we now so I agree would say him. To begin with, me and Anado and Nanto Kakra. And I'm close to him. I wouldn't say very, but I know him at a close range. Now, you pebia or ma Ghana. And during campaign, I had the privilege of being elected as one of his campaign aides. We were 7 in all. And so, I was with him on, most of his campaign tours around the country. Now, Esha, or you pay or do Emma or Manu, and the man really means well. And the problem I'm at the moment, only the friend and the ideas, the vision are over my country, I don't really know, but we Ghanaians, we don't seem to understand his vision, and for that reason, and some maybe hope or na yen Ghana for no to Nazi. ADAKABRI, to cut a long story short, it was on a Saturday morning, and an amoko my cousin be the ba aka baby nti moko wo mukrum oye enyande nchra and the jumako enyande esiam constituency me fifie run about 6 o'clock 6 in the morning, and so no drive Kaswa the it wasn't that bad, the traffic, but then just after Kaswa no and the Ekoto, the usual trafficking. But in fact, to be very frank with you, the intensity of the traffic I may encounter on Saturday morning is something I haven't seen, anywhere in my life. I come from that part of the country and I use the road very often. But Saturday traffic, was
Mapo.
Yeah.
There's a Saturday traffic,
Yeah, it was.
It is an exceptional one, and now say, there be a tire, sir.
Oh, there be the man or see. But then yesterday, Saturday, I think it was a bit intensive. It's a distance. Let's say just after Kaswa, and then just beyond Budubram. I wouldn't say it's a distance of more than 5 kilometers or something. ADAKABRI, could you believe it? I was in that traffic for close to 3 hours, a distance of just about 5 kilometers. And then once we were stuck in the traffic, not long ago, President Abba out. This issue, or a very, very emotive issue to Ghanaians. And article I made sure yesterday or a day before yesterday, that it wasn't the first time I raising the issue. It's an issue I've been raising all the time. And the President Abba out, Abba able to he's a democratically elected person, so we wouldn't say the Obama order. He came out to advise all of us, and not quite long ago, the Greater Accra Regional Minister also has issued the same friend and admonition to Ghana. I think he gave a moratorium of 1 month or something like that. There, mama, you use. The mama use friend and them sirens, the Inazi. Inside the company, whilst we were stuck in the traffic, yes, sweat. Our engines were people's engines were overheating and all that. We're all stressed up. And then every now and then you hear people sirens just virtually pushing people out of the way and bamboozling their way through. And whenever that happens, or the man other private people also know I join, and I'm a friend. And anytime I'm in traffic and I hear siren, I look through to my rear mirror and check whether it is coming from an ambulance or the person is being led by a dispatch rider. When I see those things, I normally give way. But quite apart from that, any other vehicle beyond or use siren, Musha move there or your official, I don't give them way. I mean that one is a personal decision that I've taken. And so we were there, and people were just paying for people, just pushing people around. At times, they face their oncoming vehicles. You understand? And the point is that when you raise this issue, normally people argue there. We don't know the people that are in those vehicles, and we can't conclude there they are government officials or political appointees or whatever, which is what we call it, which makes sense anyway. But once the president has come out to advise all of us, Ghanaians, the president didn't come to advise politicians or his appointees, he advised all Ghanaians to desist from that. And once that, act is so persistent, then I think the authorities must find a way to actually stopping it altogether. Because it is when action is taken to stop that menace, and nobody will have the reason to accuse government officials or anything for abusing those sirens that secondly, whilst those acts were going on and people were getting agitated and all that, I rolled down my glass and still I was in the traffic and all that. And ADAKABRI, could you believe it? The other road users, trot drivers, the taxi drivers, and even private people who were also stuck in the traffic, they were virtually insulting the president. They were insulting the president, and I stated all that in the article that I wrote. It's the president or the baby, but would they put up behaviors, and then at the end of the day, the president is always being drawn into the whole free.
What do you propose we do?
What I propose we do is that, as a matter of fact, that stretch, I mean, to be very frank, I saw police MTT people at vantage points, but then what they were actually doing was directing the traffic and trying to manage the situation. Once you are sitting in a V8, the police service people, the MTT, the second, stop you. And once you are in a V8 or any big car, police themselves become. the police not having the
na just say urban regeneration ha ye no wo kaso no nyina no just down the drain no. Me yɛmfa see say for now na yɛn deliberate further on it na yɛnhwɛ say do we even know the lost time for production? Do we know the diesel a yɛhye no, petrol a yɛhye no, its effect on the environment? Ni nyinaa ne yɛhwɛ ne yɛnwinwino ho. Eti mapo yɛbɛde wase papaapa. Nanye. Hey, asɛm na kyɛ sɛ yɛte ho no a kyɛ sɛ walking traffic yɛ ne den ni traffic yɛ ne den ni me nua nso so wɔ London ɔno nso so de biribi kakra bi bae yɛnti London ni no so so na asɛm a ɔno nso so ɔde aba saa bere wei sɛ adeɛ no kora boafu adeɛ no boafu okay wɔse sɛ yɛnti London ni no. say yesa experiment yi na yebekasa enti mpanifo no so ba betena se edi nkomo sei na yenye eye final caller no so na yentie no eye Kofi Bedu eye president Kofi
Amudu
na wo so wasem ne sei kam yentie
Yankupo Israel
ami
Ubia wo Ghana ha ADAKABRI wo pe Ghana nkoso ubia awia wutieti sansem ya na abobo so be kasa gro si tieti a kiema ne be kwanim Mami kasem so wonim azelu du semo a wo kano ADAKABRI ma kunwa flitite masusu asemi nwa kire kwakuku ate aya na mami kanche me brother a me dinachi wo kra niema efri Holland ni adinti my experience na me brother onu su dimechi ekuta tikreta or can be trust will be the kokumase na ADAKABRI winim assembly esi ye maka se highways minister ye beka se highways wo bo modern minister oba obetimi amasa ade na sesa na waye bibi different na se ye kwa obi abetimi ayebi die nti na America na sa ADAKABRI o manya yetima onso uma Burkina example yi very perfectly say yen yesi eni abie na sabe ye kan ya no Ghana fuwe Burkina fuwe timi ye de eni abie ADAKABRI komu aranda no ye ngum ye de enye adie nti no obi efri Burkina de ka be load niema wa ha na wono bie ni kuromu ano akopak baby no yi niema no no o chiko ni kuromu because of wo na take it ni twama wo yira no nese you be fecha ADAKABRI makase die nti na ye ntema obi dia tikreta abe load niema tema I tell you ADAKABRI wo dia tikreta wo free ekokuma se bia wo je 500 cedis se wa load sa niema no obetwa etua highway 40 sikali go ombutom I am telling you na wonu dia tie me brother ebe load yi na me tinem wo fa me brother niema na me tinem se me hwade ni ekọ ya yeduru bo ankra in Lamport wo no almost stop me brother no kikiri on baje na 1300 na me brother nsunya 1300 na niema wa fare nyina ayesai ADAKABRI kikiri na police for no mo ye adwuma no wo mo ka kire ne se wo mo frɛ me brother no mo so se wo mo 1300 wo mo fa 300 na mara na mo nkotu ka na nko na me brother ne ye no mo de 300 ne ma wo na police for no wura mu ana wo de 300 ne ma wo mo ana me brother mo nkotu ka no ekwa na highway for no police no mo free wura mu opie ye no mo two police car ye bi chase car no alodu ne ma etwefom no ADAKABRI mo ko ya no mo sa ba mo si ye hu car no ko no ma di 300 na go mbutum ADAKABRI wa bra wo twa wo bia 500 ko betia ke benye sika ye kwai na omu lodu e de se no Ghana mra kire so aniema ne yi bi go ADAKABRI da be na highways minister and the highway chief executive wa koto da se aniema ne mu odu ye yi bi egu ho wo kwa ba befa e bi asida oh na e chese ye ni fisi ye ni bi kana randa no ye de na ko ye bi a me person obodin waka no anya tai hwe ADAKABRI azulu na ya fansai one people ya mo kai ADAKABRI Dr. Hilal my administration me kumi pa enti na me see my na kwani mu na esai no na that time security no wona president besina ne vice besina ubo so moto no die ni mu miensa na ba ku twatwo convoy no ba ku edito no o kire sa ha na ende na die bi ni obiem wo mo nyina di animu na trotro no do wa go ba trotro nyina kasi trotro no akasi convoy no bi akọ because obi eni akire ye ni ba bi convoy na ende na ni de due ya afia memenda na wonim sorry memenda no na IGP do wa road by ya fa say Adenta road no won na Adenta trailing na ADAKABRI free zone Land Cruiser free zone board na nya other number free zone board and IGP namna police for idi akiri no dispatch that na akoyi kesi IGP kan echi no di akiri ADAKABRI na dispatch that see no warning wo aso say my brother be careful ADAKABRI assure you akwa na mura no di akiri IGP any them stop police in the Bible. Let me catch and say, one want him, no one despise the uncle can't one chase aquano because I just say, any power deep when any must stop what catch us. Be careful, say what's mean say. Won't get you because you've been here today. Now, William, I push who all got on.
Coffee meet you.
Me, no problem. Well, MPP said I can be president, not need to fair king. Well, can't say president, and now or Dogana, I am no credit. Now that can be so Dogana. Now what catch some children one as a moon you say no more. Now that can be willing to mean Capia. Will you bet your baby say? Now that can be again, of course, to get a crowd regional minister. Okay, so support. And I can be working here to one of one tomorrow man of quiet. What kind Aquatia MP? Why Aquatia? Aquatia MP be a May last year, May. What kaya? Gimpa Road, no?
Yeah.
One more phone now. What did him? I film me. I'm going to work for Ghana. And I can be any of the traffic money. I can near for working for India. What more quiet Mama Ghana? No, yeah, near quiet Mama India for. 18 on your who and I can need to fair Kaya and Rano. We are government official. We are wine. We are you are Alesso be overcatchable. And then will be up except this right ladder. And you may say this right ladder give me care. We are still young family from more. That is the law. Apart from that, we need ambulance. We need those essential, you know, we need why. So, okay, and I can make NPP minister. We are with Gina, you can say me. Now, on my side, we will send her. Now, we need to so now catch him the rule of law. And I can tell me so my way there. And my me, no problem, maybe a Ibia Seno, then the HD, you better won't send me. And now so me at see a gummy soup, popu, says by Windy. Now, also, not president who will know and if I said, oh, no. One no, one won't go here. One won't go anywhere. Now, what do you mean? You want to yet you and no one see a Burma police are independent. Who was a bed in the only way, and it's a police, a bed independent. Near China, Brahman, not police, them right here. Over here is a police in Inua or Chi, Sa Empino. Me kwakwa chiani nse but akabehwani yi ni wani support the mini bi ya mena jai na officer the police independent no ye na djuma ka tie ke bia mo ya MPs e bi o kwa adakabenya ban konfo MPs ni obi auto land cruiser obi a wato dia adakabenya wakasim
Kovie enura na djobe say 11:30 p.m. na lenim nipa kro de na first vehicle no na a Range Rover white one and it just a nyuma yebu mu no de wote nyum no baby wo gina bia and na a Mercedes Benz 6 SS so a Camry Benz 6 just a convoy of about 15 to 20 vehicles ni nyina white and omu nyina so no obi any number a yipe a DVD bi penebobon and omu nyina on hazard and na chese omutimri kasa timiam na group on my be muna almost 20 vehicles ni nyina white ni nyina number bi ani ho and DVD and omu nyina blaring their sounds and na esaso na 11:30 ewo anyina mu montene so na megine ho na me hwe se din se we ebe ye ho ano no
adakabri William me say ya anti makofa will be a photographer the person adakabri me see a do Saturday especially but don't do one do na be adakabri no mo to said you okay na adakabri stadium dey babo na ya tanya ka me je pew ne kunkum bi ukai wona o kambo kire me man kasi mi no akwala wa post wo mu
ay kwala mi no
adakabri wo be di say we here course we no consider kunni paba kana yina ministers eduru ho no mo be sunsu no me be ni ayena I say ya sympathize with the family I think in the mrano and the course abuse yen to me support now catch them say rule of law na president adeni go ni mafe because what in you to fair one more nam kwa hu nyina wo bi anim se Ghana ha no enipa nim yantia se so mo fi se president ana wo yesa Never president didn't move.
Yeah, can make
no communication, no education.
A bear say an adjuno bear say one so kofi and also na prosifo and so jina dobro honum oma ye free ye nichire akra yeba traffic abem na no so emrante bi the motorcycles bear say duasa and motorcycles duasa no oma TSC carriageway na free nkran eko ikumase no ehonom so atesi o na motor no peja motor nanim na prosifo no nkan wo mu no do mo shout abuse at the police e raise this I don't hear them say hey this is here ko hinini ahomache 1 am so minim so mo boss wo and someone mo ya na signboard unta signboard one be pon so akwa bia bibi ho no ya na nkania bibi ho minim so omko boss wo ho motorcycles be say 30 o na dri omu deep process one atem e face traffic na free incline e be sena ko no nam say ah na we di ko boba ko ho beto
what you say na mamudu see timam na police ni independent Britain you share wo mo no mamudu your friend is saying queen ekuni yo wu yi wo no kra ne car na wo de ko America ya wo kwan se ye chew that minister yere we ni kwan se ma ye late me kan fanta mu America ni ye wo mo na tete ye na se ye si ye ni abi ya ji independent na se ye we ADAKABRI me kan man for why say ye ma British go ni so because the guy is not capable to grow his own brother.
Hey, sir.
I say, why wouldn't you walk? And what them Russian and some Jinawusui. Now, Burania won't go cry, Nasa, with Jinawasu ADAKABRI. But what did he? Now you are not learning, was saying, meow. Hey,
go me fancy, yeah. Just oh, Sakasalia of the NPP, ever has a and George Nash of the NDC, ever ha. Sakasalia, ya muatrasi. George, what's your muatrasi?
Nyamembu.
Nah, any comment on that scenario? I can't answer me.
Well, but I see very like Abraham Sanchez team phone now once again Miss Sanchez asmafo
I see total chaos everywhere. The old boy has been rendered ineffective by sycophants. This is a very serious sign. The captive president. Why nenko kai me kanchire me? Captive president.
Yes.
Emoyo.
But
1 a.m. Sam Rantian, Omokohifa, Omudi motorcycle, a facing oncoming traffic, process for so yomo snap checker. Na Omudi process for no swatem. Process for them few omo. Into omo few omo. There be a weekend be an amoba kwa jimoni na moba, Monday process for temana.
Yeah. Ono ene asmafo ne choban ho na me free buses ya ede papa I say no one day ADAKABRI
ebeko
nko ko fa ho a no aba betra umpese ye de beka say ede
ni na wa
saka umpese ye de beka say ede unkutu uko tra wa no abetra say ede
oh alaje overhead high
so mutiu
taxi bank ho na
mutie na ono nko aba mo fa ma no
obi anko ho e na aduane no so yefo dia hadwin pa especially the president aka and you say once and yet twice waka asa can be say because Karin is important in the sense diplomat be or omo bakrom hana omo call meeting and omo call airport and omo bar you need to give them that respect. He said diplomat omundi lines are traffic musa. Inti eno different. President different. Vice President different. Even Speaker of Parliament. It is not proper. Oh, Speaker of Parliament or no na traffic now ako chiano ne sanu man. Enye. Then omo yare critical. Ambulance efa omo eko a hospital. Very, very important. And ambulance. Your friend say fire service. And the crown na Makola market. Na shit. It is an ambulance. Eko doom jana. You don't expect say.
And I say emergency vehicle be
emergency vehicle. Maybe ana William
Van. Bullion Van so emergency vehicle one come. And a bank for being no more job fast road. The Bullion Van some day patron chain. Woman invest in Sikano Modia woman interest in my depositors and woman invest in a proper transportation of money. Name emergency vehicles, fire, any police, any ambulance, any NATMO.
Yeah. Apart from way mono, I don't see any very, very important. You don't expect Ashanti, for instance, and I'm a crew in traffic. But apart from that, you know, even DC, Obi aware assemblyman. Anya assemblyman crowd, a government appointee, an assembly. Now, also friend honorable. And because of that, no, once honorable, always honorable. Obi Mukra or Wakra, they are no longer even assemblymen. You see all these people, you know, blowing their sarin, a hand for krum. And oh yes, I did so. It is countermanding the orders of the president. It is the nothing of fair. I associate myself 100% with him. And I think say will be I can't remember and I can't understand. Said those days of PNDC and AFLC. Say President and Chairman Rollis are my order. Now will be see or no the fun. They will violate it with impunity and go scot free. I think say respect now. Say from my president. From man. And apart from that, so you see, Unim said this time, no, everything is politics. As the obey be a politics. The more o sarin, o han crofo more traffic more. Mu ya. I'll be more crab even the nation. No? Now, government functionaries, Eddie, Sanuamano, cars, and yet, crowd, Ichi, problem be our fear. Would the Nina the Swano? They will know the cause of your predicament. And by extension, no, what they call president. Meanwhile, president are man no orders. President woni baby onim de ekoso e wo Bujumbura road ana Kumasi Accra road, but because of nyoma enyenti, and it has to do with government functionaries. Obi mu nya appointees wo obi mu nya appointees kra just that they belong to the government. How mu yes adem. And also obi mu so believe say they are so important in society. Whether or not they don't even belong to any political party, but they believe say they are important in society. Omo rich men. There is no need say omo generate traffic mo. It is a new man. No, I don't think say a boy as a nation, and it is a time say as a country no young enforce laws, your by laws, any executive decisions. The president can say A, B, C, D. Once are constitutional, no, there should be law enforcement body. For instance, the police. I will ensure say those things are adhered to. But because will be aware important. I will flouted the laws, and then everybody is watching them. I think say the more observation no idea apt the Newton Muni keke mu ekano ni nyinaa ye ekb ni nyinaa ye no kre let us say ye wo traffic mu a it is an opportunity for the ordinary people to even know some of the ministers and deputy ministers and the humility with which we be general traffic mu no kra no will go a long way to help in branding the party. But I know and say, oh, I do not belong to these people. And they do it with impunity. And in some cases, at the way about, in some cases, accident. Last me to say, Obimusu eko nya accident, ako nya accident. Omono former president omono. And all this, so I don't even know.
President Nyase, Obi nya na say no koto.
There be the convoy.
There be
the convoy.
Obi na de motorbike enya na accident. And na ono mahama no koto so.
Nti enya no convoy.
Enya no convoy.
But the tino say enya no convoy.
And American the watch ono. Kumasi airport. Ndusi ura kan hasa mami tie. Osi mahama enya accident.
Obey propaganda.
That be yes
no. Kumasi airport runabout.
And on the convoy
propaganda.
There be ono kokoto so na obi de construction works ane wo no. Ono no akode no motorbike no akopem mu. Na omo ye mienu. And ono osie.
Until he was doing a good Samaritan job.
Exactly. Osie na just akwa no na natare na chechire ne.
Well, I mean,
your own belt.
Yeah, it's good to get this information.
And then he asked for Nanes ambulance. And an ambulance and mother. Because we am Hammond Timon Pesamo deba.
No more
And afidi. And omode private vehicle be Oshema ye bundle neutral private vehicle mo at the local hospital. So it had got nothing to do, but failure to assist an accident victim, you know, it's a crime. Inti ukotusa accident victim be over, assist the victim, but don't take photographs of the victim.
Right. Inti enya omu use sarim bia na those within government. It could also be former president. And a presidential candidate GB.
Obia the rules, was specific rule about it. Signing a tie, you know.
And as once there is a motorcade in front, not there, it means it is officially sanctioned. But if there is no motorcade, now you see a 4-wheel drive, now who saw hazard. Now ping, and no, it clearly shows a sanction, and anybody can just decide not to give you way. For me, I think say a clear cut. Let us enforce the rules. And more especially those under the president. And fortunately, we are operating an executive presidency. Obia under the president. President Aka. And nobody should violate the orders of the president. Once our violation, we should be able to arrest some people and let them serve as deterrent. That's my problem. One day, let us arrest some people. Now, almost say, under what authority are you using this siren? Then we should take such a person through the full rigors of the law. I think that is the only solution. I think say kasa we ebia the kasa kra na obi omanti we need to need FM. It's nipa no on. But say yes a court. The court are ruling and no there. The one thing we need FM kra obeti e radio say obeti ready e
and to add to the insult so unzo mudru tobu sa omuntua to no.
No tobu no ye wo two payment system. You were the
need the same motorway super. On Namakra Kumasi Highway or do Tobufa on Tria.
That's bad. And on Tresua, it's another problem. I say and solver. He must be able to pay. Because look, I mean, who you see V8. Now common one 5 cities.
One city.
Ultimately.
Also on Tria, yes, ultimately you. He has blatantly failed to pay.
Serious.
Because or you need person will be make a take no a coffee flight no and then a driver and a car and then a driver need
but before I made him way You see, sometimes governments are voted out of power not because say man perform. Some of these small things. Because a name I know kasano. Uko baby ana obi mu inciting crowd say oh times are hard next anu man. And obi wo ho a Nyankopɔn am bonu say ombeye sikani. Nti saa nipa no ohun say uye minister na wo betwom kra na ohun aye onehu. Ohun aye ni hi papa. Okay say ebi a odwen say wo na wo o the cause of the problem ne saa anu man. The yes anu man we. Nti the behavior of government appointees and also aid in voting out governments. It is sometimes those of us who are into politics, let's take into consideration some of these small things. Small things are all here. Say you see young fix Ghana and also can be. Yeah, I say you see these small laws are here disobeying. If you can disobey small laws, you are capable of disobeying a bigger law. Because small law we no, it's so easy to obey. So easy to obey. No, now we won't obey. No, it means that the area so difficult to obey. No, you you do it with impunity. I think say let us be mindful of some of these things. And yemfa laws bimba ebia first warning, second warning, now and third warning. No. It will reflect in your CV. You better control, baby. And such a person, even cry say a more appointment cry, we can refer to say you are not a law-abiding citizen. One time or the other, these are some of the things that or a fine. We should bring something that will serve as deterrent. But say I say dear Master, I don't think so. And it is not also peculiar to this government.
Right. My intie. Sakasalia of the MPP na otenene on the comments as to Kwania abuses are rings and also said a traffic I would also swear about Yakwem. Judge Nash, can you comment?
That was it. Any Juma Kessia with your mind. Any Akunya Kessia, dear my Babekasa. A dear share of my name. ADAKABRI. Chamadina Funya. They say Ghana Pempensua, you do know. Ghana Funya Namino Case Wongajatum. Of Shasania Yamako, mine more. And then Nibia Ejatum say, Ya, a banya or baba. I bet me establish it. A banya bit me establish no quarry. Or Baba can quarry actually or mine. We need a government that will come. Obaba can quarry. Tibia or mine see neti. Mine and Pempensua Ekoni. We need a government to establish honesty and integrity. Or my way. We also need a government to establish competent. I'll be taking decisions about or mine. A kanko. ADAKABRI, Omaya womb sisiano, send your man a corner. Better win this submission. I say, oh, it is not peculiar to this government. I agree with him. It is not peculiar to this government. But what have we been able to do since 1992? What have we been able to do? It's a cry bang in the Diaba. CBA, these things were happening under one regime. But the new regime now, we have been able to solve that problem. Yaswano, ama sisi no yebeka se we bia ye reduce whether corruption or crime rate or whatever. In fact, kwa na eguso kosoro. The dem pa na asem oman ye afa ho. ADAKABRI eya ye suban. If you have money, me no ka say ukresi kasisi ya ADAKABRI, you get a police convoy. Amane di wenim baby a opese okubia no benya police convoy.
Oh, there is a procedure.
Anya procedure.
No, there's a procedure. Ubetimi akwa
ADAKABRI.
amiyama bi.
ADAKABRI, me say I am not talking about procedure.
And I
Mrs. Sia Uti.
Also,
Ukrasika Sia. Won't go through the
there's
procedure.
a Ghanaian oil tycoon. Your friend is saying Houston, Texas. Mr. Wilmore. What 3 years Sikadi ama the police. Time bia Obeba Ghana ha. A year police dispatch rider didn't name. And then a year yaduma police dispatch rider didn't name. What 3 years Sikadi ama woman.
Don't go to Ghana. At least, I mean, he should.
Adakabri.
Now, one can just say Adakabri one Trebi.
Adakabri, Mrs. Sia Yeti. Yenye Bisa Yeti. Who interview will be a small kind. Also, say when you could have V8, they are we a lot.
And I'm Mr. Coco
V8.
There's a procedure.
The police don't even ask you. Say whether convoy ne crowd. Say legal and I say illegal. You understand what I mean? And I'm telling you, Adakabre, Bibi Yeti, Peace FM high away. And despite media high away. Neat FM high away. So upia bontin is here now, Kriska. Umutu ukanis ya bontino. Ufred dispatch riders is here. On a neko agreement nim. Kase me comadina. Then your traffic here ye. Tamitum. Ubedia no to send you out of Baira or Guapicino.
Between 100 cities. I know. Or do me free Avino. Echo and someone.
And see, Adakabra.
So you pass through the reaction.
In fact, maybe now there was a genuine emergency.
We had
I needed to move.
No, you had Adakabra. You knew.
Internet as some make a one may agree.
But
how are we going
there was a genuine emergency?
How are we going to put a stop to this?
Even when there was a genuine emergency, there was a move.
The thing is that you need to go to the right procedure. You need to go to the right the right procedure. Send you make what I say. If it is emergency, it should be emergency. Now, see it to be certain rules for the police to be able to authenticate on the road whether the convoy is right or the convoy is wrong. Nipa no the convoy never say famra kwanso and famra kwanso.
No, there is.
Because look, we are wasting taxpayers' money in taking care of these security services. Baby a police moto no be kubiano. Say obuhun konta as to petrol yedi egum amano. To what I say because ni nyina if taxpayers want na den yedi tofu eno ne yedi tofu egu won cars mu to go for operations to protect us. So if at the end of the day, na say police ni betumi to moto at his own will to lead somebody to Kaswa.
That's galamsey.
Lead somebody to where traffic zone baby now we just Canada seniko to kumna Adakabe. I think say a subambia we need to flash it out. Adakabe, and there is another thing too. Saka said something. Saka, you said people are not being punished. Be anywhere threatening Crawford as to how they are doing things. Adakabe back 2017. And I'm fancy for some time now, be a decade now. And I be a fancy MPP bar bemui. Punishment ben pana, boni ben pan ubi aye crime. About publicly. Aye who say be away a crime. Aye to me a punishes any pano. A serve as a deterrent for we the citizens of Ghanaians. There is nothing from day 1, 2017. You see, this way a national concern, fairness, Saka.
Yeah.
You see, you said something that steps are not being taken now, ever serve as a deterrent to we the citizens.
In this case.
Say make what you say.
Cases.
Who check cases are Baba saying, look, from 2017, let me just carry it from 2017. In summer, to trust some idea kosu o man we mu amanfo afa ohun di free. Look at first day at the seat of government. Our Flagstaff House. Hwenie si ye, hwenie two police officer. I condemn it. I was not happy about it. But what happened? Nipa dodo ahin wo punish won. Ma ye hu say bia suban we ankofo we dan edi no. Eye suban bia enye ntochena. Se mesumi kona me koye bia. Sa punishment e bia meje asing sa.
But Delta forces the punishment.
People moved to court to go and free people at court. With their on their own court ko free Crawford din to
they were prosecuted.
Say mano koso yentumi am punish obi ama ye hu say punishment aye dia ma we de ochine bi se mesan koya e bia asotwe we no wo de be ma me. When you see what Ayawasu West Wagon, when you see what Ayawasu West Wagon, a whole MP, ya to your sabo MP assume. You set a commission, say yanko hwehwe nsɛm na wɔn di anko yie no
baby abesi no
yɛmfa oh there be na make can say people are doing things with impunity and it is becoming unbecoming which say people must be punished and I say people must be punished people must be punished which say crime all is crime ni ankofo yie nyina yɛ crime ni ameka hu asɛm so yɛ crime yesi o ayawa so west wa going was it not the crime how many people were punished recommendation kura fi commission ba
the MP no na crime
recommendation fi ho ba e kura wo ka se won fa nhyehyeye nto ho na commission ne ye nhyehyeye no o man panyi ka se bi wo ho one commission ne nya adwen ye jatum o so ne nya adwen a ye jatum ba ne onu ankasa de ne hyahya ate o san asese ye mfa nya adwuma na ADAKABRI ye de ye adwuma na nipa na we interview no say the president o hye nsem o say the president is not on top of issues. I said they are not briefing the president what he's supposed to do. In Kenya, sa mo colleague journalist ya semi eba nani nansi city journalist here national security for ko harazini. Enye sa asemi na eba ye nani nansi ya in ADAKABRI ye nim se commission ya nhyehyɛ ya wode two horse sa national security operatives no shouldn't be in that particular position again. And ye nim se the man was still there. President need recommendation go happen to say they should let people suffer for it. You know, people didn't suffer for it. The people were still there. So I think ADAKABRI we need a strong hands and strong institutions. Utia sama na nado ka kire yen anse na yedi akonya baba mo 2016 ADAKABRI. So nim say media de bia mepe say me refer. O say one manifesto no masema mo ka kire yen ni how to fight crime and corruption. They said the MPP will fight crime and corruption head on through preventive, detective, and corrective and punitive actions. This is the promise you gave Ghanaians that look, you are going to do all means. Yeah, besides also obey you ANAS principles. How do you fight corruption? Then I make what you say. You promise that you are going to punish people when they commit crime. What you say? Why are the punishment not going on? At least yen hu aso twibi e wo bosha wo de man no. Bosha wo de man no. Na nado say yen hu hwe oman ne sani oman no ko no yen hu bankum ene yen hu nifa because obia ye ne ope punishment bi eni ho aye de ma obia ni obia pe no ye. And it is true the president is not only on top of issues. And one thing Saka we should know that all this crime nisa etutua semia ekoso wo Ghana hayi it will never make any government popular. And this is some of the things you should know. Either say the security services are doing things to make your government unpopular, or the government is rather failing to punish people when they do the wrong thing. Nye koso etutua sem aban bi eni ho. Ye betumi atena ka se o ebi aban we buy na etutua sem koso until we are happy about it. Or crime is on the increase, so we are happy about it. No, I don't think it is right. So the MPP as a government, Mwankasa, you need to sit down and look at the kind of crime, any promises, Bosha Modeshe Ganafo, any Niama Ekoso to Trasem Ekosone. Because I don't think, say, near Kosono, it is going to make your government popular. President Kufuor said something in 2008, before 2007. Okachire Musi, you are going to elect people to lead the party. But elect somebody or elect people who will make the party popular.
Since 9 a.m.
So what is party no?
At the Makola market. Anopay and lack of access. Na Ija Ato a central business district. Notwithstanding, the firefighters are at it. They are doing their work. The ladder has been brought in. And Nkrofosu AU Omonoma. Does it tell us anything about impeding access to emergency vehicles?
ADAKABRI, thank you very much. Where Adebia has been a very big problem. Ghana, we need to solve. Sometimes, ADAKABRI, some of the buildings that I see, the high-rise building, the big wall, you run about here, the Kwashi run about here. Ushes are dying waiting here, is what. ADAKABRI, do we have ye won hihye wo ho a ebetumi aboa ama sebe minka sensi otine bi sani aburusan yi si we na se bi eja ato esoro a Ghana ye won hihye bi wo ho a yetumi di solve sa problem na ADAKABRI sisi ame no kase eba ejedum ene yen fire issues I don't think say Ghana and na me no kase yedimu e was her situation nim ya de bia ese yehwe and then we are video bi beto dwa na taxi fire service people arrive at the scene with a taxi they came with a taxi and a quick fire extinguishers. How on earth would the whole fire officers go with a taxi? Oh, just about a month or two ago. ADAKABRI unim sa story no. Ask the producer, he will put.
You saw the picture.
We saw the pictures. Video.
So
they arrive at the scene with the taxi.
Into town bay.
Oh, Bems Ashanti will be.
Confirm or say ora picture.
Video. Oh, it's true. I mean, you can Uber to me call and Biaba when you Google later.
Fire officer not a front and na a operative netito.
Any idea Sakabe?
Phone man. Okay, okay.
Any idea Ubu? So, inti mpempenso ayedu no. Look at what happened. Before mu be do ho, na wo be yi sa fire extinguisher ne ade no be ye ne wo be ye no. Na eja no ahie du baby a say usomu enye yi. Twen ye si nra se nene nansa wo makola hoi. What's a fire attendants? Na ADAKABRI fiti baby a eja yi shi yeso ko. The main fire station on and wow. What's a what the America won nante we? Etu America call fire station ho ko catch the fire service for say. Asem say na to won and they were told said the omu ni nsuo fire attendants na sisi wonum. Inti say e ho na fire officers ne ti na busumi bia yedi taxpayers money etua won ka no na ejuma bempa na wo yedi abo man. ADAKABRI do won ejuma wo ye na nya say bia ejadum nko a they need to even educate the public. And also can won ejuma ho e say wo my education at least wo educating send e ja to ofia kwan a obefa so na say bibi say sia electric ja so a send e obefa so handle no na gas ja so send e obefa so handle no say education ni na no ekura fire service wa e say what is education in my but ADAKABRI akande na fire service fo e dey fight ja no adabraka menyan ntie we say for some number of years now wonya fire tenders wonya equipment what the fighting fire up to now uko me stretcher akoso mo stretcher
Professor Melso to top
but how many years ni
now you kwa ambulance I said the Dutch don't so
ADAKABRI how many years of fire tenders in fia hini twe ko bomb fire tenders si ho mbuba ena ehye fire tenders yase wo dem mbuba ena ahyase ena ties no hange wiem anya adwuma asai fire tenders e wo Ghana nyina ADAKABRI nia abanda da dia Professor Melso so auto nyina no maintenance culture no so no anya dia yedi yehuni be say
Professor Melso in 2012 no
bebre na say
and 2012 to now
the 9 years the maintenance culture ADAKABRI fire tender for 9 years fire tenders for 9 good years
obi ato ambulance
akra fire tenders for 9 years maintenance culture me say ADAKABRI opa fato ho so round
na for 9 years bebre
no me say bebre na say ya esi wa anya adwuma ADAKABRI na ne ye adwuma po ADAKABRI na
government bi ani o
ADAKABRI na ne ye adwuma po no ne ye adwuma po ben bebi agya ishi wo makola yi egedi futu America ne ade kodu ho no wo se nsu na any fire machine firi na esi wo se nsu nim
o hydrant na wasisi ni nyina no otu on baby hydrant wo bia no
you know wo se nsu nim and look at it so
hydrant companies akase ye wo nkra ha se nyina no you are even required under the rules say you keep a hydrant
they must
as one keep hydrant
yes they must
BBC ebe no manya nsu
ADAKABRI wo hweja no look at the flame eja
hydrant ahodo nya ya kata ni nyina so
ni nyina nya adwuma even for fire service to get access that to be bia eja na hikura no another one of the biggest problems one of the biggest problems because we share Greater Accra sa ihihye ni nyina no won ayato bebi ese bi eja be chia ene ya kata so ne yesisi adan ye de ye shops no ADAKABRI asema ewo ho ne say there are people amanfo assign for people to build on illegal places no more sign one signature one was sign approve one wo si dan wo waterways ni ade no What is happening to those people?
Edana Eshiwa Makola Hono. Nti warm prince me see no. I didn't me incorporate sprinklers. I was done more sprinklers ni bit me abu me adundum jana.
And you see another problem, Adakabre. Look at it.
Built environment specialists in Ghana.
We have them.
We have
them. We have them. And they are being paid with taxpayers.
Yeah, rent. But who sit down now the sprinklers?
Now, why is she saying now? What's a massive example about this high-rise building? What that was here?
Sakasalia. Shebi kwana muhaya. Ube wa who say fire
extinguisher.
Yeah, me.
Ebo.
I was saying.
Was and yet floor be a bem say. Udu ase hokura na ebi boho. Ofro steps na. Ebi boho na moto krum ha so. Ebi boho nti. First day the Janu fias you. That's why the Nyankopon shiramo.
And to be managing director no ada na se for that reason.
Yes, Nyame shira because enye fire
or foresight.
Enye ba ko pe na wo ha. Fias wo ba. Be shia bebre. U gate ya no kra no. Nti se studio ha no.
Ada foforo wo sie kwa the sprinklers.
And the wom.
And the woman nya se na na wom. Efoforo na
wo
sprinklers.
Adakabe ti wo sisie na se BBC wo studio.
And
when say wo fa extinguisher no one start fight
fire. Emergency point wo ba ya kire wo.
Debi.
Tu dwane ani ba bia dwane akọ.
Debi Adakabe. Me share the hu emergency point.
Emergency point wrong gate kection na da ya kire ano.
Ne wo ha si.
What the emergency point.
O bebi aye fight.
It unya ti clean emergency no. Usipe no afa brosana chi wo. Main gate no hono when emergency point, emergency assembly point. Why?
Adakabe mate.
What be you am ya be kan say obi a oba building mu ha say bia no. Ya account for nipa kro anse na akofia kudi.
Adakabe ne ye ke kura no etiamra say wo be ye project bia say na umfa fire extinguishers em fix him because emri bi metie was even shops was even shops
also
stores kitchen no yes
there be more than 3 floors bia
no me one say such a huge building at Makola don't have any means to cater for emergencies like fire before I ever afraid the main fire service be no it me who frame na me one for hours
yes
for hours
minim kra set me aduma
na egusu shi a che say jana so aye ko
na hwe installations abe
look at that Adakabe na hwe dan kra bi me ho na say bank bi kra wase a shi aba bank no ho and the bank too don't have the means or they are not encouraged to enforce the means Adakabe Ghana we have a long way to go it me feel say in shisha ne de enye ne ese etumi de she papa to my Ghana fire service for Adakabe sometimes when you listen to them
what do you be atem
uti there be
na some of these things at times you nuanum be pointed out na omu lazy no with attempted
that is the problem we have Adakabe when you listen to the Ghana National Fire Service workers na nkasa Adakabe one day one kasa tu anamo go and ask them omu hardship niama omu kum what they need to fight fire they don't even have it until sometimes they go on their own risk because I can't then come what they call fight jani ni ho into ba frame me se me fight jano say odi ebufu and you know some of them even hurt
a fire ladder no so nya ladder onya ye fence foam water ena onya tanda ibi so
Adakabe bibia empempe so Ghana yedi we need to even get helicopters
other stations it me
Adakabe bibia Ghana
other stations you know overwhelm Ghana Armed Forces bit me abeboa tema oil refinery bit me abeboa Gapoha VRA so and so do bia ma ye create that doomsday scenario no na ye attitude say we sit down on otimi the marble cry in the wall eso na emfutukwa na defie nanim na or train say obi medi meya na o meye sa akwa na fa saka sali amienti
Adakabe chaka meba unim baby aye do no esi tumi nya helicopters ever fighting fire even from the top I think because we jana ejani fi suru
udu helicopter so beba
ejani fias
the ladder was enough we hear sprinklers and the ladder was there ladder no one to buy
ejani fi suru
ladder no one to buy
akra ejani fi suru
me say ladder no one to buy ladder professor Milton to buy right saka me nti
a nice orchestra no on the matter of Sharin now see o krum ha no punishment bi ankoso
baby
o manunkasa see punishment bi ankoso obobo even nuema enka ye discussion no and I say ya punish obi a first of all unim say For instance, a Delta Forces guys now more court they punish you. They were prosecuted
and sentenced to a fine.
And sentenced. In lieu of that, no, 1,800. And no, if it's not enough, any president Nana don't go Akufo-Addo or sit in judgment.
So in effect, you accept to say you were wrong to have inaccurately peddled to say
Yanyomushi. Say Yanyomushi. And apart from
that, what you have to say, you will be name and so any.
ADAKABRI, the people themselves came out. Me say, say no one nimini,
Udi can say Yanyomushi, and we pointed out actually a dear associate the man. Now you come back to say associate and so
a punishment that will serve as a deterrent.
So as a
that one will not serve. Me say, this is not a deterrent. When you deterrent,
no. So you're punishing.
No. But not deterrent enough.
And you're deterrent enough. No,
it's not deterrent
outside the domain of the president. The judiciary are almost as judges. Pronounce it. And besides that, you don't be on causing financial loss to the states, any corruption anyway, eco courts, your conviction. In most of them, don't come and sit here and peddle those things.
So
but
what do you make of friends saying such emergencies?
Yeah, emergency way
your preparedness for it, the disaster bit of it.
A hard way. And some of these things, it can overwhelm any nation. The one year prepared for it. I remember in 2001, the CEO, the Twin Towers in New York, even the almighty US could not solve that problem. They could not ensure the omundu ejano. And some of these things could come. But I'm saying and you say everything, say Professor Mills, Akoto, Nyamabi, and up to now, no government has bought anything. I don't know, dear Professor Mills, Akoto, a year, dear Krabashia, within the street less than 10 years, a year Jumabium.
What fire tender?
So, a year Jumabium
across the country.
A year Jumabium. This government, but power.
Maintenance.
We knew. Say, fire service, very important. And therefore, they need to ensure, say, we are prepared in terms of emergency needs. And Unim say, 5-year development, a 5-year strategic plan towards the fire service. And then they went through training. United States government, ECO, SN, MOU. We are even implementing the agreement as we are speaking, which costs about 980 something million Ghana cedis. The preparedness of Ghana's fire service in terms of normal way and a personnel almost so they are very, very important. The only name the nuclear the equipment nuclear brew ultimately yet. Say some of these equipment from the Ghana Fire Service we make sure say the technical way they go for technical training, in a very regular manner. They ensure say equipment now more they are in touch with it. The equipment be by it, but I'm not saying you say. And if said why everybody says why is this impossible to have help in solving the problem and the problem? And then what happened was that it was not because any fire hydrants. And then a cars now move so a block. They had to come to Circle. They had to go to Kaneshi in order for them to get water. By the time our mobile there was some level of havoc. Of course, and a problem. Ghana Fire Service should be able to, because I say we should be learning as we go forward. I say at all times, because say in some cases, some of the fire tankers, senior officers, those things must stop. if it is meant, if a water is meant, if a tanker is meant to quench fire, that should be the work of it exclusively. My fire service, a tanker, Eddie ko bubu nsuo mankrofo. It should not be part of it. In the end, we will have some of these problems. Say by the time I do hono, now within 8 minutes, now sooner ewo tankers na sa. They had to be rushing, helter skelter, going.
Because a tanker, yeah, a tender nankasa no. Yes, under 10 minutes, tender no ensuo a besa because a high pressure and ensuo no a de eba. And really, what they do is that tankers no eba na tender no a draw from the tanker. Na tanker no so no akko further away, akko draw from a hydrant and a omode aba. It is a tender no there under 10 minutes crano. I would try yes a bit home because so pressure na ensuo no de banoa under 10 minutes. I was it missa. Name on a tanker no ajime ai den etime aserve the tender na tanker no akko hydrant akko pibiaba.
Well, I mean, and then the real problem was how to get to that level. Because now it was the third floor.
Jomosa can ladder no. The ladder ne buy. Ladder no so buy no. Ultimate the coin. The ladder we no. Bit me a call as far as 6th or 7th floor crano. Ladder ne bit me a call.
Very good.
You know, from there no. And the new buildings are banning no. Also making sure say sprinklers a woman. Or sprinkler no. And a bit me. I didn't so na call to the top. Na Asha says he been so our top wall. Na ultimately no helicopters no so abem.
Yeah, I say because it's overdue. I say yes, aerial machines.
But access a key. How do we have a clear way for emergency services?
And in decongestion possibility. And
fire supporting decongestion and CBD.
Oh yes, of course. And a fire service. So there should be a way because the commercial district. No. You say hakra no. You that time your friend say road we are
Jacob for Avenue.
Yeah. No. That special road no. That terminal we.
Ayalolo no.
We should be able to create.
No?
Yeah, we should be able to create some.
Okay.
Purposely for fire service.
Now, you only from Amasamai to Accra Central, only 22% we could recover as a bus lanes. It's no. Yeah, baby, I'm fine. Bus lane. Only 22%.
We are still building new roads without bus lanes.
ADAKABRI.
Achina NDC for route for the match revise route no. Tell us, what are we to expect, Achina? And I say, what do you expect, Achina Sakasalia?
Yeah, first of all, I think say demonstration now we almost see or move almost right, but Obi Summit Mia make I say sometimes you can exercise a writer and for so Bia. This is one of the demonstrations, to me, person me use certain words. But it's more or less a useless demonstration. This demonstration. In the sense, what is the purpose of the demonstration? Omoanka said they don't even know the reason why Omoye say demonstration. Because of that, they will keep on changing Omu route. They will keep on changing Omu focus. They don't even have any focus. And when they say, oh, Obiawu, Ewo baby, into Yamfa government. Yanka say insecurity. Yanka say times are hard. Now one enemy say times are hard. One enemy. The whole world, times are hard. Because of COVID-19. All economies have been devastated. Economy, what we are saying, is no longer the same before as it were before COVID. It's when people come say, even COVID no cry no, and then mean to say 2,127 students test positive for COVID-19. then the police will also allow them to go and now spread the disease more. Because they still know you what the Imposition of Restriction Act, which is still in place. It has not been revoked. And these guys are going to march on the street. Anything I may describe it as a useless demonstration. Because in the end, it will be counterproductive. The opposition will achieve, the consequence of your demonstration will be even there, will be more devastating than the opposition will solve. What are you going to solve? They spread the COVID-19 because the person your politics, Majon Dramani Mahama. Your politics. Almost say Kaka, Obi Ewa Ejura. Nim said the XC or Ejura Ninuya Ekukunu, and Yadi Ade Papa. But these people have appropriated to themselves.
Did you just say Ninuya Kukuno?
Oh, yes.
Do you know for a fact?
Oh, I mean, the evidence.
No. It has not been. It has not been proven.
Yeah, but I'm saying
it has not been proven. Nobody has been.
Why
charged.
is the NDC
and
the so-called fix the country movement say, oh, the guy belonged to us?
But it has not been proven, and nobody has been charged for that offense. Only Kumobi.
No, but the evidence so far,
three men are held, and then one of the three.
No, three people that are held. The first two. Orchestration of the NDC. The NDC MP or say those people were the people that attacked him as the MP. And because of that, he suspects they could be the people. But the Ninuan also has been arrested. Ninuan now onum a or bodam. In the first place, he has ever been arrested at the police station, but and he was made to sign a bond. Say he will never attack the brother again.
You leave that with the police.
When
they have
but the NDC is part of the reason why the NDC is going on the tomorrow demonstration.
Sir.
Yes, it's part of the reason.
Let's ask him. Demonstration.
Insecurity, injustice.
Can you imagine this?
Extremism, corruption.
Hey, our Ghana.
Yes.
One are more corrupt than the NDC.
Finish.
Okay.
You see, ADAKABRI
demonstration.
You see,
expected
we are going on a Yerko peaceful demonstration. Nintia Yerko demonstration. Ochina aye branda. Gana ni biara office o manga MPP aban under the leadership of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Eni ba omia enku yie no. Che watade ekoko enye tutu asem. Just be in your red and come out. Then yen chira aban ni say. Nia amembu no kono yengeni nje ho. Nia amembu no kono Ghana fu eni nyeden eni nje ho. ADAKABRI, when you are in a country where you have a national security report, I ban any 3 days, I ban any nanse ya. I report no catch Ghana fu say. The national security report identify mismanagement of Ghanaian economy, injustice, state capture, a group it described as a political elite as a major threat to the country of Ghana. No, you are sitting here, you are not worried. If national security has given this description, say this is, online, let them print it for you. If the national security report will be printed online, it is there. You can them check it. If the national security report today is telling us when you NDC are buying the tissue, national security report, the internet producer internet my boss is a national security reporter.
Economic mismanagement, injustice, and state capture by political elites. Threat to security.
Yes,
national
this is the report that came out. So we should be worried. It is the report where a national security report by. It went ahead again and said bribery, nepotism, fraud, embezzlement, kickbacks from the award of public contract are all major forms of corruption that defy our existing response mechanism. What I say, and so we should be worried. Mr. ADAKABRI, you should know this. I am not saying this. You should know. National security report. You should have a copy. You should have a copy of the current national security reporter about out. Also, for them, mismanagement, injustice, state capture by the political elite, weak and ineffective institutions all tend to affect the quality of governance negatively and could lead to extremism. And we're a national security report about, and we should be worried as Ghanaians. You understand? We should be worried as Ghanaians. We are going on demonstration because Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the MPP, including Nanado, told us on page 4 of their promise that look, impact of NDC mismanagement.
Which promise?
In your manifesto promise, 2016, go, page 4. It is there. It said, look, impact of NDC's mismanagement, incompetence, and corruption on the welfare of Ghanaians is leading to teachers are suffering. And today, teachers are dying. Tell me the reason why they shouldn't go on demonstration. He said teacher trainees are suffering. Go and look at the teacher trainees, how they are suffering today. So we are going on demonstration because the teacher trainees are not just suffering, but they are dying. They went ahead and said, nursing trainees are suffering. Patients are suffering. Today, are the patients just suffering? They are dying. We are going on demonstration. Yakwako Bubu, Labadi Hospital. MPP by ONC Hospital. Bubu Hospital, Labadi Hospital. And people are dying. So we are going on demonstration at ADAKABRI because of that. We are tunte sukoko achira baino. Say if the president is if we want to tell the president that ne bosha oshe no on disuma keke. Because you told us Ghanaians are going to feel safe on the street. We are going to feel safe in our homes. And today, look at what is happening. Okay, until we are going out there, that traders are not just suffering today, but traders are dying. Okay, quick one. Pensioners are not just suffering today, pensioners are dying. Okay. Drivers are not just suffering, drivers are now today dying. Right. So a good demonstration. Driver me, truck driver, taxi driver.
Yanka positives no so kakra ni yenye mo comment kakra 2 minutes so say Kennedy Ohene Japan presents $100,000 to 37 military hospital. The member of parliament for Asene Central, Honorable Kennedy Ohene Japan, has presented $100,000 to the 37 military hospital in fulfillment of his promise to cater for the cost of training specialists to manage an ultra-modern cardiothoracic center for the hospital. It will be recalled that on June 22, 2021, the philanthropic legislator cut a short for work to commence on the 80-bed cardiothoracic center in honor of a promise he made last year when he donated some medical items, including personal protective equipment. The sum will cover the expenses of medical personnel who will be operating some specialized equipment to be used at the proposed cardiothoracic center at the 37 military hospital. The 8 trainee medical technicians are Lieutenant Colonel Kwame Champo Adumakum, surgeon; Dr. Gideon Ofe-Labi, surgeon; Squadron Leader Benjamin Tobo, cardiologist; Dr. Nana Yachi Frimpong, also a cardiologist. The rest are Commander Titus Enimfo, cardiac anesthetist; Mr. Mervyn Michael Asamoah, perfusionist; Major Gloria Ade, cardiopharmacist, cardiac pharmacist, and as well as Lois Yaboifio Labi, biomedical engineer. Scheduled to be held in India, he said the training was important because the medical technicians needed to be trained on how to use the equipment. Honorable Kennedy Japan, in his remarks, revealed that some of his friends have agreed to help and support what he has started and urged all to keep hope alive. On behalf of the 37 military, on behalf of the military high command and the 37 military hospital, Lieutenant Colonel Kwame Champo Adumakum expressed gratitude for the gesture and promised to come back better resourced and equipped intellectually to serve the good people of Ghana. How are we to encourage people in our midst to help their system? Said the Canadian Japan. First, we'll see hospital, no? And secondly, equipment I be used to, no? Also, 2 years, say, for selected persons, no? And co-training. At the end, you bet me, at the end, you'd be motivated when you encourage you to do more of these gestures.
Yeah, I think say I'm so proud. Canada Japan is coming from the fold of the MPP. Obianim, who he is. Obianim say he's one of the most vociferous personalities of this country. On first MCA, he says it as it is. It's such a maverick. And not just that, he's also a philanthropist. And to the extent, say, a businessman, because a lot of time people think, say, oh, businessmen, no, they are always looking for ways and means of, increasing or more sikanes. But for him, he's one of the persons ordering humanity. And what inspired him to do those things? Say now he was in the US and he was admitted in Obisa Obi, and that at that time no so share the inscription on the wall and who say Obina or Sisa, and he was inspired by that. And also and a whole 37 military hospital, not any serious cardiothoracic hospital. Also he made them to go and then look at the Kolebu one, which is about 40 beds, and also almost double money. And then they brought the money, and he paid, and now he left with about 3 million. Doctors waves more court training. Or see, each one needed just $11,000 for the training, and they've not been able to raise that money, and he had to give it. I mean, or see, and he calculated it is about 77,000. So he added the account, say, 100,000, 500,000, and then they should use the rest as more allowances in the summer. I mean, that is how rich men and people who want to see, who have fellow feelings should be doing. And him say, despite yes, I know, and for that matter, no. Kennedy so yet in one way or the other, we can also do something small. Emma obi eso smile, and that's how humanity is all about. And I think say Canada Japan has to be praised in as much as Crawford condemn no anytime be our we should be able to also praise him anytime he does some of these things. I think say it is so inspirational. Emma Obia, usually where he is coming from, and coincidentally he was born in Wa, where I was also born. And yeah. Where my hometown. Where the soldiers and for that matter, no, I think say he has inspired a lot.
He was trying to ask you a question.
He has inspired
where the soldiers went to beat the citizens.
Yeah. Where the soldiers went to beat the people. And it's true. The soldiers went there to beat them. But the soldiers went there again to apologize. And even say they are going to take the medical bills of all the injured people. I think say Canada Japan, for me, he is walking his talk. It's not as if say he talks just for the sake of it.
Do we encourage other persons to act?
In America say it's inspirational. It has to encourage others. Ye cry, ye ni be cry. ADAKABRI minim say it can let somebody at the street also smile, and that is all it takes to life. And he has shown the way. And others must also emulate. But if it is about, say, Mina Mewo cars say, and this number of girlfriends, this number of cars, said the pastors, other people, will be right. If you have money, let us see the benefit of the money. Let us see what you can do in helping your fellow humans. And I think, say, Canada Japan has done so well. And for that matter, let's praise him as praise is due.
Okay. Right. Nash.
ADAKABRI. I have always said, say, before a government biara no ana ban be biara no beka se or serving na mamba no niama kakri bi to serve the people of this country about young apomodin young insusem young akwan sem ana yen suku asem sa niama we amabobo so ya de bia. If a government put those measures in place, it means that that government is getting to the people, is serving the people. I have respected
one boy light to one boy electricity.
Oh, I mean say energy. Those are the things when you give it to the people, and just say you are really serving them because pempenswa ye do na ban bi enu ho ba ka use ADAKABRI jiska show ho ana jiska ko hospital o yare jiska ko yese ana se ko yese but then o yare na o kresi kanopo na se ebia yare sa wo be kopo unya yare sa wo be ko a eno so yade bia ha adwen na no madam for be frame o say a whole regional hospital they you don't even have what's a scanning machine CT what's a CTC scan
okay Trafalgar
what's a Trafalgar we need
Kotobi mom
a whole regional hospital
Kotobi mom
I won't need be
Kotobi mom
so what I say ADAKABRI Kennedy Japan etu anamompa we need to encourage him do me enye ne niam nyina na oya manage ho de bia make say o bi ho asem na obeka kire Kennedy Japan a nipa na direct na ka kire so asem we nka me ba be ka kire oba me di kan ka kire Kennedy Japan sa nti se o ti se bia asem ne pia na bia me ana me kan nti why ade me MPs no how many years ni Kennedy Japan e ko parliament the MPs wo wansa na oba ansa na oko parliament honorable Bagbe se na honorable Bagbe wo parliament ansa na eyiko Kennedy Japan ko biti se Mensa bonso no mu na wo parliament ansa na ebinum ko ye besre wo mo enye the number of years na wadi wo parliament no na wo de be hoahoa wo ho de ayeden a kire yen wontu anamompa
okay
ebe mo man na ayeden akonanim ebi na Kennedy Japan aye so what you say wadwen ya pomodin sem ho kan eno ni ade aban bia ba obetumi aye
right
ama omamba no yengin beje na yehu se bia aban na dwen ye ho
right aseda na Edema George Nash of the NDC say yetonsa efre no enne adwui eyekutansa bosome ne de to sunum obaye aseda ko ede ema eye Sakasalia of the MPP so no so yetonsa efre no eye nadwui eyekutansa bosome ne de to so enum obaye adwumade mi amedi hu chia me yefre me ADAKABRI Mamudu osioma panyinu kwadwo damiado ene de mi si abontene na eye Abra Frema Bankro ena ono so no technical production no isi no na eso ni nyina mu no yebekọ fie ne fie ya yekọ no Olakwaku Michael ene ye de yebekọ na wo de yebekọ jo
Tio Fira